Right, so here we go. Time for more league racing. This one is the Canadian Grand Prix in PSGL, and we're back for more round number 4. If you haven't seen the previous episode, Zandvoort, link in the top right. But we're going to get into the action then and get into this event, because as you can see, we have rain for qualifying. If you're going to enjoy the episode, leave a like and subscribe for more league racing content. I'll be streaming the next race, which will be on Thursday night. So yeah, do tune in for that one. I believe it's Monaco actually. So yeah, link down below on my Twitch. Go follow me on there and get involved Thursday night around 8 PM UK time. And you should see some carnage. But yeah, before that race, we have to get through this one. And we need a result, because in Zandvoort, well, tell a lie, actually in round 2, we didn't score any points. I finished outside the top 10, just didn't quite make any progress. The DRS train to Spain was too strong. So we had to bounce back in Zandvoort. And I messed up and we didn't score any points, so now we really need to bounce back and get some points for this one. So yeah, let's see. So far it's not going too bad. I feel like even though my performances in terms of points haven't been there, I feel like I'm getting better and quicker lately in the last few rounds. Now one thing I've noticed is that I feel like I'm starting to really find the limit a bit more now. I'm getting tips from people around me, and I am starting to understand how to really find the limit on this game. And I almost put it together in Zandvoort in qualifying, and for this one I actually found a bit of time right before the event started. So I was starting to, get better and better, and things were looking good. On the inters though, first lap on the board, 1:16.7, and we're currently, one of a handful of drivers who have set a lap so far, so no real representative lap times. I then went for a cool down lap, and then a second push lap. At this point, the track was starting to dry, and we were heading...
The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:16.2.
We were heading towards dry running. Now, as you can hear off that radio, we are currently now on course to go P1. Okay, like that. And like it has been before, our wet weather pace actually seems pretty strong. But, no, let's go ready for the dry tyres. Like you can hear me say there, it's time for the dry tyres, and we're going to get 2 runs based off the time remaining that we have in this qualifying. Damn it. Not ideal. Now that was the out lap, getting ready for the timed lap, and we instantly messed it up. So the first lap is down the toilet. Luckily there's still enough time and I've got enough fuel, so we're going to go for just a second basically warm-up lap, and then now go for a push, and we should still have time to get back to the pit lane and go back out for a final attempt. So let's get into it then, and let's see what our first proper lap in the dry conditions is. Turn 1, didn't really get enough curb there on the inside. Turn 2, we do a good job of clipping the inside curb. Exit, not too shabby, not best not. And yeah, we're now heading into the 3-4 chicane. Definitely didn't take enough curb, and we actually brushed the wall. Track grip isn't fully there right now, even though it's been dry for a minute. It's not fully at 100%. Everybody's not going that quick, and I can tell the track levels aren't fully there right now. So the final lap will be the key one. Into now this right-left chicane. Again, not really enough inside curb through the right. We do actually get a pretty good run through the left, and we get a good exit. Down into the hairpin, we're going to spot the 100-meter board and brake down to 4th gear and hold it in 4th. I completely forget to hit the apex, as we do focus on the exit. Get a decent drive out of there. We're now going to race down into this final chicane to see what this lap is going to be. There's an apex there somewhere, which I completely forgot to hit. As you can hear me say, completely forgot to hit the apex. But now the final chicane and the Wall of Champions. Aggressive, and we do a pretty good job, to be fair. That was pretty smooth. It was a bit slippery, oh my god. And there we go, 1:09.5, which is pretty poor. It's not that great. There's a lot more time to find, and that's exactly what we're going to try and aim for on this final run. So my personal best is a 1:09.2 or 3, I believe, at the time. But I know there's like a 0.1 or even a 0.0. I can clean it all up. So turn 1. This time a bit more inside curb, not as much, still could have taken a lot more, but that was better. Turn 2, we go for a bit of a wider line to get a better exit, and it was going well until we had that oversteer snap. Into the 3-4 chicane though, we absolutely yeet it through there, and we find a full 1/10 of a second. On the brakes now, into turn 6, left-hander followed by the right in turn 7. Again, finding more lap time, getting that traction down beautifully through there as the checkered flag drops. Currently P5, let's see though where we get dropped to as we head into now the 8-9 chicane. That was really good, especially through the right. We gained so much time and we managed to carry the speed into the hairpin at the 100 down to 4th gear. Are we going to make the apex this time? Yes, we do. We get it all slowed down and we find another 10th exit, also pretty decent. So yeah, we lose a little bit compared to before as we took a tighter line, but still we're up by over 2.5 tenths, and this is looking pretty good with now just the final chicane to deal with. At this point, it's all or nothing, make or break. I turn in a bit too late and I don't really attack the first apex enough, and we actually lose half a tenth, which is really frustrating. And yeah, a 19.3. Oh, I'm going to hate myself for that mistake. And as you can hear me say, I'm going to hate myself for that. To be fair, actually 2 mistakes. The exit of turn 3 and the final chicane. Because if you look at the margins, we're P5, which is great. You know, that's a really competitive qualifying for us. We haven't been that strong this season. We took a step forward in Zandvoort in terms of pace, and we've taken another step forward today. And there was even more pace there, especially, I mean, an easy top 4, looking at those gaps. The top 4 are pretty speedy, but, you know, the top 3, should I say, are pretty speedy, but we definitely could have competed, man. I don't think it was out of the question. We could have definitely mixed up for pole. I feel like we lost easily half a tenth out of turn 3 on the exit with our oversteer, and then at least half a tenth at the final chicane if you just take our previous lap as a reference. So there was a full tenth in the lap alone, and I believe there was a bit more in the final chicane had I committed a bit more, and also at turn 1. So little bits and pieces, but P4 was definitely on the cards and we just kind of messed it up. But still, decent pace and some decent improvements. And yeah, that's qualifying done. We're now going to move though into the main event and into the race. It's a hard medium, that is a strat. So for the race, hard tire onto the medium, and we're going to go for a lap extra fuel in this race. I was running this, but I might go with this. Very limited circuit, so you need that rear tire wear to be good. Now, I've done a test race before and I was running 1 click less on the rear pressure, so I went a bit higher for this one, as rear tyre wear is very high and you want to try and maintain those rear tyres without overheating. That's the fine balance with the pressures. Here we go then though, into the race, starting on the 3rd row. 5 lights are on here at Canada and we're underway, and it's not a bad start actually. Jonah Martins has a bit of a shocker off the line and loses the back end, weaves across. I was a bit late, and it felt a lot more aggressive at the time. Watching it back, it's not so bad, but even still, it was a bit of a late weave across.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Double checking for wing damages. We did hit him with the right front end plate. Flores goes through, and we've lost a couple of places because of that. You know, otherwise we would have had a great start. Into now the chicane here, and we've got Flores as we lose Jonah Martins. The Ferrari rejoins. The contact model in this game is fucking awful, I swear. And unfortunately, it's a second lap 1 incident.
Mind that front wing is going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
And to put the cherry on the cake, we also have wing damage. I don't even have another set of mediums. I've only got 1 set.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
So yeah, unfortunately, another lap 1 incident, 2 in a row, which is really unfortunate. We've had a really good run.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Same thing as Zandvoort, just wait for a safety car, try and save my mediums and hards, so we'll go for softs. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and box for the soft tyre and basically just drive and hope for a safety car. That's all we can really do. I better get my wing change. I didn't. Oh, it's not going to change. And even more misery. I assumed the wing change would have happened, but I realised going to the pits I didn't actually select the S. And when it's on auto, if your wing damage is minor, your wing doesn't get replaced. So partly my fault, partly the game just not being accurate.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. You'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
But the game should always change your wing, regardless of damage. I'm just going to drive. You know, when you've got it on the auto setting, that's what you should expect. And then you should only override it to know if you're happy with, you know, how the car feels with that damage. Anyway, nothing happened. We went 14 laps on the softs, just trying to go long, hope for a safety car, way back into the race. You know, we got that chance at Zandvoort, and then I got a second chance and I messed it up myself. But
rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Wherever the next update is, it's going to be 5 minutes. I know it is. We'll go from 10.50 down to 5. This could be a second chance, a way back into the race. That wasn't in the forecast, yet rain is inbound. which is interesting.
5 minutes until rainfall expected. 5 minutes until rain. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Exactly like I predicted. It's almost like I play this game for a living. So yeah, looks like we're going to get some rain in this race. I'm going to pit because these tyres are dead and I have to change them. So we're going to box and get it out of the way. Back on the hards. Okay, this time let's get a wing change and some hard tyres on. And yeah, we're going to get that wing fixed. And back into the hard tyres that we started the race on, as they're going to be barely worn. And basically just drive the car until the rain arrives or a safety car happens. That's pretty much it. Might get lapped at this rate. That is one thing we've got to watch out for, not get lapped. Because if you get lapped, the game doesn't allow you to unlap yourself. So we cannot go a lap down under any circumstances.
Look after these tyres now in order to finish the race on this compound.
So back underway, hard rubber on, cold tyres, but even on the cold hards they felt better than those soft tyres on. They were so bad. But yeah, we've done our bit. We've actually got a fresh set of softs and a fresh set of mediums saved up, which I was kind of banking on, you know, in the race to use if there was any kind of late safety car. But the rain's going to put a stop to that and basically change the plans. Lap 25 now.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
That's also the telltale sign when you get that message. I'm still not in.
Understood. Copy that.
I still haven't pit and the rain is falling. The reason being is because if I pit, I'm going to go a lap down. So I cannot pit. In case if there's a safety car in this tricky phase and someone loses it in the wall, we have to stay out. Also, by the way, if I pit, I'm getting lapped, so I can't really pit right now. Okay, now they need to pit. And the reason for that is because some of those leaders are actually taking a chance and they're going long. You know, they're going to try and win the race and go for the glory run. The rain's falling very slowly and it's only a 10...
Right, we're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change.
And it's only a 10-minute rain shower. It's one of them kind of, you know, short showers, which sometimes you don't even actually go into the inters. You can kind of just drive through it on the dries. So some people are taking that risk, and that means we have to stay out because
Pitting this lap then. Coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
we're going to go a lap down. At this point, though, it was just too much. I had to pit. I need that has to pit, otherwise we're getting lapped. This is going for the hero strat going to the end. We need to overtake that house. Like, genuinely, I wasn't comfortable staying out. There was no grip and we just had to pit. We had to take the plunge.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
And yeah, here we go then, intermediates. We've got to try and unlap ourselves ASAP. Need to overtake that house because if there is a safety car or anything, we can't unlap ourselves. And the track was, you know, now intermediates. You can see by the end of the lap, we already caught up to the race leader, Daniel Kenson in the Haas, and we're going to unlap ourselves. And yeah, the threat of, you know, not unlapping ourselves with the safety car is now okay. We're not under threat anymore. Only issue now is we're running out of laps to get a safety car. We need to get one in the next 3 laps. Otherwise, it's race over for us. Waste of my time. Hate it when these races happen like this. 2 in a row as well. Fucking sucks. Although the last one was my fault, so I can't complain. Hold my hand up, but this one was annoying, especially because I had decent qualifying, decent pace. But yeah, unfortunately, it didn't arrive. The track actually dried back out. Everyone was on dry tyres. And once I realised we couldn't unlap ourselves or anything, I just let myself get lapped.
We're not racing the car behind. Let them pass when you can.
And this way, we just avoid having to take an extra lap of pain. And we get put out of our misery 1 lap earlier. So yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. And this is even worse, seeing the amount of penalties everybody got. If we had just been remotely in the race at any point, it would have been, you know, feasting time. We could have absolutely feasted on those penalties and genuinely could have won the race or been involved for a podium, especially looking at, you know, those people who finished in the top 3. You know, Jan, who won the race, finished, or started in P4, should I say. Flores was involved in that incident on lap 1, where I was involved. So it just goes to show it could have been a race for us, man. And even if the race had stayed dry, if we just had a safety car, I would have seen all those pens and I wouldn't have had to push. I could have just taken it really easy as I had no penalty to my name. I had fresh mediums, fresh softs. I was ready and locked in for a safety car, anything to happen, but it just didn't go our way. So yeah, technically 3 L's in a row, but the 2 rounds ago, Spain was just, you know, everyone was really close pace and we had a bad qualifying and we just couldn't make any progress. So yeah, 2 L's in a row. We go again. Monaco next. Could be a misery compiler or it could define our season. Either way, hopefully my pace is good and we improve. But guys, leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, check out the 2 videos on screen. And yeah, let's hope Monaco is a step in the right direction in terms of our form.